Taking India to the world is not a new concept or a new idea. The light of India has traveled far and wide for thousands of years. Hundreds of Buddhist monks from all over the world traveled on foot to India in ancient times in search of cultural and spiritual knowledge. In Japan and Indonesia, Hindu deities like Lakshmi, Saraswati, Shiva, Ram and Ganesh are worshipped even today. The splendor of India's temple architecture can be seen in Angkor Wat in Cambodia, Borobudur in Indonesia, and the ruins of charm temples in Vietnam. Indian philosophy left a deep imprint on some of the greatest thinkers and philosophers of the world. We are a country enriched by the wisdom of its civilization, but equally energized by the throbbing energy of the world's youngest population. A country where sacred traditions meet modern dynamism in perfect harmony, where the rising power of our economy, soon to be the third largest in the world, meets our soaring global soft power. We are a timeless civilization that gifted humanity with the enduring ideals of Satya, Ahimsa, Ekta and Aman, truth, non-violence, unity and peace. A luminous nation that gave the world the wisdom of the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita and the teachings of Gautam Buddha and Mahatma Gandhi. Bharat is where it all began. India is the origin of Om, the sound of the birth of our universe, the birthplace of zero, Shunya, the beginning of the infinite, the home of Sanskrit that gave the world language, the land of yoga and Ayurveda, the pioneer in science and philosophy, from Aryabhat's astronomical calculations to Adi Sankaracharya's Advait Vedanta, the beacon of arts and literature, from our classical music and dance forms to the epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata. We are the very cradle of civilization, a cultural force whose time has come once again. Every civilization tells a story. Some tell it with power and might, but we have always told our stories with our soul. For over 5,000 years, from our Kathavachaks to the traveling bards, from our legendary folklore to temple murals, and from our epics to present-day cinema, storytelling has always been the heartbeat of our legacy. In the modern age, India's magnificent heritage and the soft power of our theatre, dance, music, cinema, writers, artists and artisans have won the hearts and minds of people in all continents and corners of the globe. Friends, like all Indians, we at Reliance Foundation are great admirers and ardent supporters and passionate lovers of art. And we deeply believe in the power of our culture to heal, inspire, and unite. At the Foundation, we regard it to be our highest duty to protect, preserve, revive, and honor India's priceless artistic legacy. It is with this spirit that we started the Nita Mukesh Ambani Cultural Center 2 years ago. Our vision is to showcase the best of India to the world and bring the best of the world to India. With the same vision, we started Swadesh, our humble movement to encourage and promote India's age-old arts and crafts on the global stage. Swadesh honors our traditional artisans who have learnt at the feet of their fathers and grandfathers, and whose every weave, every carving, every brush carries not just the touch of the hand, but the memory of centuries. For instance, the Indian saree, which is one of the fondest expression of our tradition. Today, our timeless 9 yards are weaving the India story across fashion runways, woven by our weavers with love and worn by our women with pride, wherever in the world they are, from Mother Teresa to India's missile woman, Dr. Tessy Thomas, to our Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, our lawyers to journalists, and from astronauts to change makers, all wear it as an ode to a legacy that has been passed down over thousands of years from their mothers, grandmothers, and great-grandmothers. That is the magic of our culture. It evolves without erasing. In most parts of the world, culture is something to be preserved. But in India, it is something we live every day. For us, it's not a memory frozen in time. It is our living reality. It flows like our rivers and breathes like a forest. Here in India, the modern does not compete with the ancient. It coexists in perfect harmony. And this is what Indian culture sets us apart. Our ability to hold contradictions with grace, to honor tradition and welcome transitions and transformations, to cherish our similarities and celebrate our differences. For centuries, India has gifted the world its wisdom, its beauty, and its soul. Somewhere along the way, our voice softened. But now it is rising again. And for that, we owe deep gratitude to our Prime Minister Modi ji, whose unwavering vision and leadership have reignited India's voice on the world stage with pride and purpose. From yoga to Chandrayaan, from digital inclusion to cultural diplomacy, from G20 to waves. Today, India's spirit is inspiring the world like never before. And young Indians are answering the call, embracing our roots, carrying our spirit, and making India proud on the world stage. From sports fields to concert halls, from fashion houses to global kitchens and international dance festivals. In spite of living away from India, young global icons like Anushka Shankar and Rishabh Sharma in music, Vikas Khanna in cuisine, or Priyanka Chopra in cinema are holding the spirit of India dear to their hearts and spreading the message of Indianness around the world. This, my friends, is not the beginning of something new. It is our very foundation. And that is why I'm happy to share that this September, with great joy and pride, we are taking Indian culture to the world. The Nita Mukesh Ambani Cultural Center will proudly present a grand Indian weekend at the iconic Lincoln Center in New York. We will spotlight the soul of India in all its glory, our arts and artisans, our weaves and weavers, our songs and dances, and our fashion and food. Friends, standing here at Waves, among creators, thinkers, dreamers, and designers, I speak as a fellow dreamer, a passionate artist, and an eternal believer in the power of our culture. I speak to every artist animator, writer, designer, playwright, musician, filmmaker, or policymaker. I speak to you as the storytellers of India's tomorrow, as modern ambassadors of India's heritage. And I want to remind you, you're not just telling the story. You are the story. You are the custodians of India's soul. The time has come for a culture not just to inspire the world, but also transform it and make it a better place to live in for all humanity. I'm sure that in the near future, Indian crafts will shape global aesthetics. Indian Ayurveda will shape global healing. Indian spirituality will shape global well-being. And Indian storytelling will shape global imagination. Let our Amar Chitra Kathas be the world's next Harry Potters. Let our epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata, light up the silver screens of the world. Let our classical dances sparkle on the grandest of global stages. Let our stories inspire generations to come. Because friends, culture is not just a reflection of who we are. It is a powerful tool to shape who we become. In a world building virtual reality, let us also embrace spiritual reality. In a world obsessed with speed, let us also remember the value of stillness. In a world racing towards AI, artificial intelligence, let us not lose the wisdom of the original AI, ancient intelligence. Imagine a world that combines the innovation of artificial intelligence with the intuition of ancient intelligence. A world where data is driven by dharma, where our choices are led by a collective conscience, where progress is defined not just by power but by purpose, and where intelligence is not just artificial but awakened in service of humanity. Today, empowered by digital technology and strengthened by global partnership, we stand at a moment unlike any before, a moment where Indian culture can shine on the world stage, not just in fragments, but in its full grandeur. And in doing so, we offer the world a gift for our children, a world that they will not just inherit, but cherish for generations to come. That world is calling on India now, on our stories, our soul, our spirit, our spirituality, and our Sanskriti. So let us all rise, not only to honor the glorious of our past, but to ignite the promise of our future. Let us step forward as the torchbearers of a timeless civilization, walking the path of courage and conviction. Let us carry the force of our eternal values and enduring culture, a force that brings light where there is darkness, that gives hope where there is fear, that binds humanity together when the world feels broken apart. This is our moment. Let's seize it together with grace and with wisdom. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind.